I ordered a cool tachometer for the van since this version doesn't come with it in the dash. Kind of has the speedo tach in it. There's another version of the van that has the tachometer and the speedometer separate. The only thing that you need to worry about when ordering a tachometer for this van is to make sure that it is compatible with 3 cylinders. So most tachometers, they only can be used with 4, 6, and 8. So this one should work. Comes with the wiring diagram and everything. But then I went to AutoZone to see if I could get like a housing for the gauge, and this is all they had, and this is for like the A-pillar mount, and that's just not gonna work because I don't really have that. But luckily with the, let's see if we can get some good light in here. So luckily this like little piece of the packaging will actually help me cut it flat.
You don't say!
So I'm gonna use this to mark it off and then cut this flat so that it can sit flat on top of here now. So I think that will look pretty cool. It's a bummer that it doesn't match the plastic on the rest of the dash, but at least it matches the black steering wheel. So we'll see how that goes. I was able to make this new gauge housing for the van's tachometer. Was just able to score it and use a little saw to cut it out and sanded the edges. Looks pretty clean. Looks pretty good.
Pretty good.
Alright, so I got the new tachometer all wired up with some quick connects. I've got plenty of wire. Came with a instruction manual, so this is what connects to the distributor, ground, to power, and then this is what connects to when I turn on the lights so I can see it in the dark. So before I got this all put away, I made sure I clicked it over to 3 because the EO7A is only a 3-cylinder. So that's why this one cost a little bit more and was a little bit hard to find. I'm sure people with Geos and stuff like that could chime in and see some other options, but that's about it. Just have to slide it in. I did have to put this little like foam seal on the bottom. I got it from Home Depot because when you put the tack in, the way that I cut it, the bottom edge of the tack sticks out the bottom, so I needed to raise it up a little bit. And this will make it sure that it doesn't vibrate or anything, and I can just put some double-sided tape on here to make it not slide around on the dash. Alright, I'm starting the install of the tachometer. I figured out that I wanted it kind of here off to the left of the steering wheel, and so I drilled a hole in the dash, and it's kind of a tight fit in there. So in order to make sure that the other wires come with it, I have enough room down here to pull it through, and then I just taped the other 4 wires to it. So hopefully it follows the same route. So we'll see how that goes. I was able to pull the wires through. This looks really awesome over there. I'm just gonna need to get some double-sided tape to hold that into place, but it's in good view, nothing's blocking it. Got the wires down here. So the red, black, and white wire are gonna be connected up underneath the dash here. The green wire goes to the distributor, and I'm gonna try to not drill any more holes than I have to. So I think I'm gonna take apart the center console and run it through there along where the shifter linkage goes. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to get to that today. I have to go do some other things, but this is a good step in the right direction. Makes me feel pretty good since I had the whole center arm bushing fiasco. So this is great. DIY. It's a few days later. Just gotten super busy, aka lazy. But now I'm starting to wire up the tachometer. Just doing some hunting around with the multimeter because everything's in Japanese, so it's a little hard to figure out. I just figured out where my power goes to from the ignition. So gonna get that all squared away, find out where the... Alright, I'm still at it. Sorry about that. Some guy pulled up next to me yelling at his family. But I found the wire for the power for the light. So I'm just warming up the soldering iron to, since this wire is like really short, I'm just splicing in this kind of shitty splice in there.
That'll do, donkey.
So I can use my quick snap connectors for this larger gauge wire than this short stuff. So I'm gonna solder these up and put some electrical tape around it, and then splice in the power for the lights for the tachometer. Oh shit, it's fucking windy. I got the this is the light wire. It's temporarily in there. I'm gonna go get some heat shrink and clean that up a little bit. The ground is right up here next to this air vent. It's just screwed in right now, just temporarily. I'm gonna go get one of the little ring clamp things for it, make it a little more legit. But right now I'm just running. Since the engine's not in the front, I have to run this all the way back to the coil in the back of the car. So what I'm gonna do is run it under the floor mat right there, and then gonna go in to the battery, and then from the battery there's a exit down under the car.
Green wire goes underneath all the plastic and the center console underneath here, and then there's the windshield washer fluid line that runs underneath the floor liner right here. So I'm just I don't want to lift this up because these plastic screws are kind of old and it's kind of just stuck there. So I'm just gonna run it along here, and then this goes into where the windshield washer tank is, and then the electronics for the windshield washer goes into the battery bay, so which is back there, and I'm just gonna run it to there.
Let's do what they say. Break, the wood.
It was a bit of a struggle, but I figured it out. So underneath the van, so we are, this is the exhaust manifold, and just right in front of that header is the ignition coil. And you can tell because there's a big wire going to the distributor right here, which is your fourth wire with this 3-cylinder motor. So it was kind of tricky figuring out which wire was the tachometer feed. Because there's two gray plugs right here that have 2-prong plugs in them. I had seen on some mini truck forums that the right one was the blue wire. So I kind of just took a guess between which blue wire there is. So I did a quick tie, like snap connect into the bigger one. Just kind of cross my fingers on that one. And there it works. See if I can get focus. So yeah, it's idling just at about 1,000, which is pretty close to being right. This is really exciting. It works. Yeah, and now just get all the plastic on the steering column hooked backed up. It's down there, and then I'll take it for a drive.
Demon!